Hey guys, welcome back. Today I am working on week 23 of my Project Life album for 2022. I haven't done a whole lot in the way of catching up, but I did print out photos for week 23 and I'm going to use the same kit that I used last week. This is the Flea Market Findings kit version 2 from Citrus Twist. I managed to get my hands on the 4x6 and the 3x4 cards that come with the kit. Mine are lost in the mail somewhere, so I've got these ones to work with today, and oh, they're so pretty. I love them, which is why I'm using the exact same kit again this week, because I really just wanted to use these pretty papers. Now, I started off placing the cards trying to resist my urge to just go all out pink. And then I sort of thought, oh, why am I resisting the urge to use my favorite color? And so I started just edging myself towards all pink. So I swapped out that top 4x6 card and used that pink polka dot paper. That is from one of the July digitals. It's a traveler's notebook paper. Obviously I work in my traveler's notebooks, but I also use those papers for Project Life because they're super easy to cut down for 4x6s. So this is when I'm going to start narrowing down. I decided that instead of going all out pink, I would add a couple of other colors and just use those two 4x6 cards as the kind of main pops of pink on this page. The kit cards have this beautiful, like, periwinkle kind of blue, and I actually really love it with the pink. I have used this kind of color combination before and I really love it. I'm sort of dulling it down a little bit because there's a couple of photos in here that kind of have warm tones in them, so I did add that lighter wood grain card as well. I'm just going to do a bit of a filler card this week, and it sort of, I love all those kind of cooler tones with those warm tones to kind of, you know, like keep everything nice and balanced. Now, I also pulled out of my stash a few of my older alphas from Citrus Twist this week. So this is the Bailey Thick and Thin alpha, and I'm using some Brilliance gold ink, again trying to bring in some of those warmer tones. So I'm going to stamp directly onto my photo here with the thicker font in this stamp set, and I am cleaning my stamp off screen every time. I'm trying to be better about that. And I'm really glad that the gold ink actually shows up really nicely on camera. In real life, it's definitely kind of a metallic gold, and so it depends on how you hold it in the light to see the shine, and I was worried you would think that I was stamping nothing on those photos, but it does actually show up beautifully on here. So it's the same, like, I guess, type of ink as this one here. So this is the Brilliance, but it's the Moonlight White. So this one here also has a little bit of a metallic to it, but I really love it. It's the most kind of opaque white that I found for stamping on my photo paper, which is Canon Photo Glossy 2. I print at home on an inkjet paper, which is why I'm so easily able to stamp directly onto my photos here. So this one here, I'm using another alpha. This is the, what's it called? It's the Harper Alpha. It's this kind of, it's an upper and lowercase typewriter font. I really love it. And I just typed out with my stamping there, Popper's Pizza. We found a new pizza place and mwah, chef's kiss, beautiful. Had to document that on there. Now my kind of black and white photo of Lil here, I decided it looked, I mean, I stamped sad dog because she had this really like, oh, boohoo, my life is so terrible, sad dog look on her face. And it was at night, so the photo was terrible. I printed it in black and white because it hides a variety of sins, but it did look a little bit kind of dull compared to the rest of my page. There's no other black and white on there, so I wanted to add a little pop of color, and I am yet to use these beautiful puffy sticker florals, so I decided, since I was embracing the pink, I would just pop a pink flower on there, but it needed a little bit of extra color, so I knew that there were some die cut leaves in the ephemera pack, and so I just grabbed one of those and stuck them under the puffy sticker. And actually I really love the color. It kind of balances that top. It was a very large portion of the page to just be kind of a neutral compared to the rest of the brights on this page, so adding that little pop just brings that pink up to the top as well. So since I was going through the ephemera pack, I decided I would, and I've sped this up considerably, but go through the rest and just pull out a few other die cuts to use on the page. This time I am trying to kind of avoid the pink and blues, and so I ended up pulling out, I think I've got sort of 3 or 4 die cuts, and I kept them all in the kind of green family since I had that leaf, the green leaf that I added under the puffy sticker. I decided that would add little pops of green onto here as well, and again create a little bit more balance. So as soon as I saw the chipboard sheets with that coffee sticker, I knew I wanted to use that as some sort of filler card. This one works perfectly because we had another little coffee date. I was thinking about kind of layering and adding and making a bit more of a cluster, but I'm trying to catch up, so I'm trying to do these things quickly. I didn't need a cluster. I just wanted the one sticker that I wanted to use. So I've popped that directly in the middle, and I'm basically following that kind of recipe for the rest of the page. So my little 2 1/4 inch photos here, they're just really getting stuck straight down onto the cards. The candle one there, it was perfect because I got this new candle for when I'm working. I like nice smells. So I had an espresso candle there. So I guess that works nicely with the coffee sticker as well. But there was a die cut that said from the desk of, and because I used that candle while I'm working, I thought that suited perfectly as well. I did add an extra little flower. It's a very tiny one. I couldn't quite work out which way was the right way up, but I've added that onto my other desk photo for no other reason than to add a little bit of an embellishment and tie in the other floral that I had popped up there. So I'm going to do the same down here, but I decided a floral wasn't particularly appropriate for Shane working on our very wintry garden, and so instead I used another circle. It's kind of got a floral into it. I guess it's just an extra kind of pop, a little visual element kind of to give me that visual triangle that I love so much. I forgot that I had another little die cut here, so I'm going to stick that straight onto my photo, and then I'm going to work on my title card. There was only one label in the die cut pack, and it worked because it was green, so it's going to sort of tone down the pink and blue color scheme that I'm going to do up here. I'm just adhering it to the bottom of the paper, which I have trimmed down to 4x6, and then I'm going to use the same, I'm going to just call it periwinkle. I think that's kind of the color it is. Just a beautiful warm blue. I love it. I'm going to use the exact same sort of title that I had last week. So I'm just using my ruler guide to make sure those alphas are straight, and I'm going to pop them above the label. And then I'm going to use my lunar numbers stamp set to stamp the week number. I decided that I would use both the line and the filler this week. So I'm going to stamp the outline in black. There are a few kind of, apart from the black and white photo, there are a few kind of black spots on my photos this week. It is winter. Black pops up a lot. So the black doesn't look kind of odd up there, but it would have been too heavy with the kind of darker portion or this like filler stamp. It would have been a really heavy week number. So I decided to grab out this is Kitsch Flamingo, my Distress Oxide ink. I tested it on one of those offcuts first just to make sure it was the right kind of pink, but you can see it's like very similar to the alphabet card down the bottom there. So that's what I was trying to pull up to the top, a little bit of that kind of darker pink, just to make it all tie together in the end. I forgot that I hadn't done my date stamping, so I'm going to quickly add that in. It is a super big label. I probably could have fit the entirety of the date stamps, but I sort of got carried away and did my usual, which means I've got this super big gap in the middle. I'm just going to fill it in with one of these little heart puffy stickers. There's only 2 on the sheet, so I've been hoarding them, of course. This is the week I'm going to use one, and that is my spread all done. I just am loving this kit. It's so pretty and vintage, and all the colors are just lovely. I will leave the link for you down below if you want to pick one up for yourself. Hey, thanks for watching today, guys. I really appreciate you spending the time here. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want to keep watching, there are a couple videos on screen. Otherwise, I'll see you again really soon. Bye.